Hey everybody, this is Chris from Highlands TCG, and welcome to a Halloween episode. So yeah, stay tuned, we'll open some stuff. Hey everybody, this is Chris. A little different location today. I didn't have anything like Halloween theme that I could really put out. I don't know, like a Halloween, like All Hallows Eve playmat or anything. So I just have this little tablecloth here. Figure that'll do the trick. So I have two non-magic things, but like in the kind of the universe of like a little spooky and cool. And then I have some magic we can open. So let's get started. So this is something I didn't know existed until like last week, and once I did, luckily it wasn't too hard to find. I was worried initially that this was going to be a challenge to actually pick up, but what this is, there was a TV show in the 70s that I love called Kolchak, the Night Stalker, and it is one of the inspirations for the X-Files, which is cool. So Darren McGavin, who is a dad in the Christmas Story movies, among other things. He's Kolchak, and he's like this kind of not bumbling necessarily, but he's not like a slick operator. He falls down a lot. He drops his camera, things like he breaks his tape recorder, things like that when he's in pursuit of these paranormal events. And so I love that show. I love his portrayal of the character. And like I said, he was one of that character and the show are one of the inspirations of the X-Files. And that's Darren McGavin actually makes an appearance in the X-Files as kind of like the original Mulder, like the original guy who was chasing these things, as kind of a nod to that. So I just thought it was really cool. And I've owned the DVDs for the show for a while, but I didn't realize that it was preceded by two TV movies, The Night Stalker and The Night Strangler. And so once I found that out, I had to have it. So I found a double feature, and yeah, hopefully it's in good shape. Yeah, this is one of those for the youngsters out there. This is often how DVDs would come. They would have two sides. So you flipped them over to see, the different movie on there. So the other thing I picked up was this is like a collection of an old horror sci-fi magazine called Astounding Stories. And if you're not familiar with Astounding Stories, they printed a lot of the well-known science fiction horror authors, and a lot of times it was like the first printing of that work. So for the big one for me is Lovecraft's Mountains of Madness is an Astounding Stories in 1936. Buying the original ones is extremely challenging, mostly because of the condition. It's challenging. So for the price of less than one of those issues, to be able to get these three books, which contain way more than just those stories. So here we go. And this is the 60th anniversary collection. It's Eaton Press or Easton Press. Easton Press, yep. So there's three of those in here. And I just think they're beautiful. They've got like the ridged binding on the spine, which is cool. These were printed in 1990, so still pretty darn old, even as reprints. I don't know how these are organized. Okay, so these are just collections of certain stories. Got it. Yeah, the Shadow Out of Time, that was another big one that I was looking for a while. That one's from June 36. And you know, I found, but it's got Robert Heinlein. It's really just cool. What about this one? What does this one have? Yeah, so this one's got Paul Anderson. It's just really cool to see. And so you have these, just like well done, you know, they have the gold on them. Let me see if I can find, yeah, they have these original cover arts, which is really cool. Getting Shadows Out of Time, the original, like it would be so fragile, I wouldn't want to read it. Afraid of breaking it or damaging it, and these I can just leaf through and enjoy. They're from 1990. I'm not too worried about them, and I just think it's really neat. So yeah, that's another thing. And kind of like in the horror realm, there's some horror stories in here, so thought I'd share that with you. Those look pretty cool. All right, and then lastly, this is, oh, and happy Halloween, everybody. This is like one of my favorite holidays. Not because I don't like to dress up in costumes, so it's kind of weird for me to like Halloween this much and not want to do that, but I just enjoy this time of year. It's getting cooler, and things are kind of slowing down. And it's a good time for reflection, and you know, I do like spooky horror movies and shows, so just rewatched the Stephen King miniseries Rose Red. I really enjoyed that as well. It just kind of got me in the mood for the season, and yeah, I like to watch the spooky stuff and have fun, and you know, have some apple cider, kind of get into the spirit. So on theme, we have a Crimson Vow booster box. Thought we could open that. I'm not going to be tracking the value. There's not really much to track, but I'm just going to be opening this just for fun, because I never opened a draft box of this. I do have, I got a bundle, but that was it. And this was like $60 on TCG Player, so I couldn't pass that up. And it has the box topper, which is cool. Draft box, I don't see that too much anymore. And we're saying goodbye to draft boxes, which is kind of sad. I don't give a crap about set boxes, so I don't care that they're going away, but the draft box has been with us forever. You know, it's been a part of Magic since the very beginning. And it's kind of a bummer that it's going away. And of course, you know, it's just a way for them to be able to charge more money for the boxes, because that's where we're at now. But, you know, I do like the simplification. I'm glad that we're gonna have one less booster box to worry about and keep track of like what's in what and all this stuff. Yeah, I don't even know what's good in here, so I do like the art on the lands. They're pretty cool. Got a Welcoming Vampire foil and Alchemist Gambit. All right, we got Spirit and one. I like the blank cards for sure. We'll put these together. Token. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not as keen on the new stuff. Nothing new there, but even less so. I think I went through like what I spent on like on like everything, all the Magic stuff I bought this past year so far. I got a Mythic here, Cemetery Gatekeeper, Plains, Day, and I think it was something like 5% was spent on new stuff, something like that. It was like very small. And that's kind of indicative to how I feel about it. It's interesting sometimes, like I'll be interested in a particular set, or like, oh, that'd be cool to hit a serialized card or something, so I'll get a box, but it's not the same kind of excitement that I used to have for that stuff. And I'm still chasing my Antiquities graded cards, and still chasing Alpha. Alpha's getting tough. You know, the more I get, the tougher it gets. So I'm kind of doing that slow and steady if I can. But right now there's not, it's kind of drying up. I don't know if this is just a temporary thing or if this is how it is now, but it seems like we're getting back to a time when it was like, when it's more difficult to find. That's cool, slug. You got the skull there. It's getting hard to find the Alpha and Antiquity stuff that was just for a period of time was just pouring out into the market in 2022 and most of this year. It feels like it's receding. I don't know if that's accurate or not, but that's what it feels like to me, just from doing a bunch of searches, you know, over a long period of time. It seems like there's less around, certainly of the Alpha stuff. So it might be that we're at a point where that particular market is drying up again, which is kind of sad because I still need a lot. And I saw a lot of interest. I was in a heritage auction the other day, and there was a lot of enthusiasm for like Alpha. There was like a bunch of CGC 10 Alpha commons, and those were going for like well over $200 each, which I think is crazy. But I'm glad that there's that enthusiasm there. It could just be one guy, I don't know. You know, it could just be one multi-millionaire who's like, yeah, I just want them all in 10, so I'm just gonna buy them all. But I'm not sure. And I was in another auction yesterday with, well, it wouldn't be yesterday, today, because I'm not recording this today, you're gonna see it, but, and there were a few things I was looking for, and I thought, you know, it's kind of like it was like in the middle of the day on a weekday. I thought maybe I'll get lucky. We got Avabruck Caretaker, that's Mythic number 2. Maybe I can take advantage of that and pick something up, but there's a lot of people bidding, so that was something I haven't seen either. Like a lot of the auctions I've attended this year, people would put in their kind of internet bids ahead of time, and that would kind of be it. Like the things would they'd come up and nobody would bid on them in real time, and then they would just go away. It's like, okay, I guess everybody, anybody who wanted this already bid on it, and there wasn't really a lot of competition. But that seems like it's changing. This is just based on 2 data points though, so I can't, you know, it's not a trend yet. But we'll see in the weeks to come. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun. This year made a lot of good purchases, really exciting pickups. Excited to share more of those with you all. But I'm also thinking about, you know, what, as I, you know, spend more and more, I always then go to the other side of like, how do I balance this out? What, you know, what should I be shedding from my collection? And so I'm thinking about that now. Kind of a way to balance out. The spend is, you know, to sell, obviously. So I'm selling some stuff. But thinking about what, you know, what else there is that I'm not really enthusiastic about. So, oh, I was gonna do a channel update video, but I guess I'll just do it in here. First of all, thanks to everybody who's been subscribing. It's not, you know, the number's not huge yet, but for me, like, to see like a few extra subscribers here and there is a big, it's big growth for me at this point. So I really appreciate everybody who's been subscribing, and but I wanted to give an update of you know, I don't want to open as many boxes anymore. Mostly because it's, well, first of all, I just tend to lose money, which is like, and then I have to like edit it, and then that's like another, like a second slap in the face to see that again, that I lost all that money. So that kind of stinks. Probably doing less of that, but also just the editing part of it. Those videos take longer to edit than any of my other videos, and I don't really have a lot of time to do it. And you know, third, I'm just, like I said, not as excited about the new stuff as I have been. And I think this year was a very strong year in terms of like very interesting sets to open, but I'm just kind of burnt out on it, and I don't want to buy as much anymore, and open as much anymore. So just to give you a heads up, I'll probably still do openings here and there as a set comes out that's interesting, and share that with you. But you know, I'm not going to be maintaining that like every single week I'm opening a box kind of a pace, because I don't really want to. And so I don't have to. So just letting you know that, and you know, those videos don't really get a whole lot of views either, which, you know, compounds it. So just letting you know that shift, the Monday box opening slot will go to other stuff. And you know, we'll have box openings on Mondays when it makes sense. So just letting you know that. But I've really enjoyed this process, making this channel and making these videos over the past several months. It's been fun. I've liked it. I've liked sharing stuff with you all, and I like getting your comments, and I appreciate your interest in this stuff too. Yeah, I don't know, this seems like a really cool set, but then there's just, like, again, like I think they overdid it, right? They had not only this, but then they had the Midnight Hunt, which I feel like, I don't know, they're both cool concepts. I don't know if they could have been combined into one set or something, but then they had, but that was fine. But then to follow that up again with like the double feature, which is like all the same cards and a different treatment, that just seemed kind of gratuitous. I don't know, like, why they did that. Like, that treatment was cool, the black and white. I don't know why that wasn't just part of these sets as like a chase card. So anyway, they must have done the math and figured they could make more money that way, so whatever. Let's see, what else is going on in Magic? We had well, we had that Ravnica remastered thing. I saw that sitting there on Amazon for $135, and I was like, that's too much. I don't want to buy it. I don't want to pay $135. And obviously that was like, now it's like over 200 because I don't know, it must have been a mistake. Somebody must have entered the wrong price. They must have thought it was like a regular set or something. So, but yeah, even at that price, I was just like, no, I don't think so. I am excited. I did buy 2 Secret Layers. This is like the first time I've ever purchased Secret Layers. You know, I got the convention one, but that was more of like a booster box case kind of thing than it was a true secret lair. But I did buy the Evil Dead, which is pretty cool, and on theme for today. I've been watching, I missed it when it was out, but I've been watching the Ash vs. Evil Dead, and that's been great. That's been very nostalgic. And it's cool that Lucy Lawless is in it. You know, as a nod to the Xena Warrior Princess stuff with Bruce Campbell and everything, and Ivan Raimi. But yeah, it's been fun, and yeah, I bought that Secret Lair because that looks pretty cool. Of course, I have the complaint that everybody had is that Ash should definitely be legendary. They're not going to make another Evil Dead Secret Lair, so this was the chance, and they didn't do it, so that kind of sucked. But I'm excited about that, and I'm excited about The Princess Bride because I'm a big Princess Bride fan. One of my favorite movies growing up, and very excited to get that one. Oh, fun fact for Ash vs. Evil Dead, not a fun fact, a sucky fact, but interesting, I guess, is the name of the game. So, you know, in Evil Dead and I think up through Army of Darkness, he worked at S-Mart, Shop S-Mart, which was great and very clever. But then they didn't have the rights to that anymore. So he worked at some other place, I forget what it's called, like Value Town or something. So yeah, it was just some dumb copyright issue. Wow, so we only have 2 mythics here, or 3 mythics? Yeah, we have 3. So, not looking good. But again, this is not going to be with value. I'm not spending the time on that. There's nothing to be had here. $60 is probably just about right. So yeah, Princess Bride Secret Lair is going to be a good one. Anybody want a peanut? So yeah, I did actually buy some new stuff, and then I also pre-ordered the Fallout Commander set because it's Fallout, and I love Fallout. Fallout 1 and 2 from 1997, 1998 are my favorite games that I've ever played, period. They were, especially at the time, like they were, you know, open world when that wasn't really too much of a thing. And not only that, they let you be as good or as bad as you want it to be. And by like as good or bad, I mean like really, you could be really bad. And I played it, my friends and I all played it that same summer, and we would talk about, you know, what we were doing, what, you know, to tell about the story and everything, and everyone had a very different experience. And it was really interesting to hear, you know, what they were doing, because it's like completely different choices were made, and you know, morals and everything. So it was just kind of cool to see how the game allowed for that. I'm excited about the newer ones. Don't like as much, but they're still really fun. And especially New Vegas is, I think, the true sequel to Fallout 2. We got another one. Olivia. All right. Can you guys see any of that? Maybe we can move this out of the way. All right. Foil here. Copy. But yeah, so those things I'm kind of excited about. Now we got another mythic. All right, we're turning it around. What else is going on in Magic Land? Can't keep up with all this stuff. Well, we got the Ixalan set coming out in November, so I'll definitely buy a box. I'll probably buy a booster box, draft booster. I don't know if I'll buy a collector, probably not. There are collector boxes for the Fallout set though, and I'm kind of tempted because I really like the treatments. But on the other hand, probably, oh, we got another Mythic. Probably better off just buying some singles. So that's probably the route I'll go. But yeah, it's just like the new stuff, it's like whenever I open it, I can't get rid of it fast enough. I need to get this stuff like sold and gone because it's like poison. It's just like, it just falls apart. It's strange. Oh, I'll say something interesting in the, for sorcery. I don't know who cares about sorcery, who watches this, but I backed the Kickstarter. I got a bunch of stuff. And I sold it like immediately because I know how this goes. People are really excited the first month or two, and then you don't know, it could keep going or it could not. So I just like got rid of it all. I was like, if it takes off, I'll buy some beta or something. But I had a little bit left over from my, I did open one box on the channel, and I had a little bit left over, so I just put it up in like these auction lots for 99 cents. And it would be like, there's like 60 ordinaries, or like a bunch of lands. Like it was all like ordinary or exceptional stuff. But it was like pretty sizable lots of it, and nobody wanted it. They started at 99 cents, and the same guy won all 4 auctions, and he paid 99 cents for one of them, and then $1.25 for the other 3. So that was disappointing, and I'm worried about what that says about sorcery going forward. Like, is it like 5 people on YouTube just screaming about how great this thing is and nobody else is interested, or I don't know. But if you are and you're into it and you think it's going great, let me know, because I don't really have a window into that. But I thought that was interesting because you know, I certainly did well selling it in the beginning, but just don't see that enthusiasm anymore right now. Yeah, so I probably won't buy the beta stuff, which I thought was going to be a foregone conclusion that I would buy it, but I think it's just, I'll just save my money for something else. If I ever do want to play it and it goes under or something, you know, I can buy it then. That would be okay. Looks like these are the decent ones. These are about like $9 or $10. This one's like $8, 3 and 2. You know, pretty close to coming to breaking even probably when you consider everything else. This is the box hopper. It's an uncommon. I think it's worth 10 cents. I don't know why you even bother having a box hopper. That's like an uncommon. That kind of sucks. Anyway, just wanted to share some of this stuff with you. Yeah, check out Kolchak if you haven't. I like it. I recommend it. And yeah, getting a chance to thumb through some of these astounding stories is gonna be cool. Yeah, just this old art is really cool. These things are, these magazines are really thick. Like they're probably about like that thick. So you got your money's worth for 20 cents. Happy Halloween, and I will talk to you soon. Hope you're having a great day, and I hope it keeps getting better. All right, see ya.